Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Unholy Spirit. Today I'm remaking a video that I've done twice before, but both of those times they were unedited. They were raw, they were one take. The first one is way worse than the second one in my opinion, but I ramble on in both of them a lot. So here's the edited version of my Restoration Druid guide, Wrath of the Lich King 3.3.5. Enjoy. So first let's take a look at the talents. You want to pause the video, for example, now, and copy these, and then you want to pause the video in between when I scroll. Pause now. Those are the talents, and then we use Glyph of Swiftmend, Glyph of Wild Growth, Glyph of Nourish. This one's pretty good because then you don't have to use mats, and this one doesn't fucking matter. Those are the glyphs and the talents. On to the next bit. So for 25 man, your healing rotation is basically Rejuve, spam on the raid, and Wild Growth on cooldown. If the Wild Growth won't hit anyone that has taken damage, then your second priority is to use it on melee DPS because it regenerates rage, energy, runic power, etc., mana, any resource in the game. So it's very useful for supporting the DPS now. So as I said, 25 man healing, you're just gonna put Rejuve, Wild Growth 90% of the time, Nourish and Swiftmend if you need an oh shit heal, Life Bloom if your Omen of Clarity procs, and Regrowth on the tanks usually. Or someone who has something like the Mark at Deathbringer Sourfang, for example. For 10 man healing, it's kind of similar, halfway between similar and not similar, actually, in my opinion. It's going to be still Rejuve, Wild Growth, bread and butter, but you're going to use a lot more Nourish. Like, you'll feel completely different once you get the hang of 25 man. Well, it's not really get the hang of, but once you do it a lot, you'll feel weird doing 10 man. And once you get the hang of, or you do 10 man a lot, and then you switch over to 25, it'll feel really weird. Anyway, that's how you do it. Just Rejuve, Wild Growth for 25 man, Rejuve, Wild Growth, and a bit more Nourish and 10 man. Next part of the video is stat priority and gemming slots, socket bonuses. So first, stat priority is really simple. You want to get 856 with haste. Then that's your first priority. That you want to stack that, and then you want to get as much spell power as possible and spirit. This is for 25 man healing. You want to get haste, spell power, spirit. Crit, Mp5 are terrible in 25 man healing. However, if you go for 10 man healing, you want to get haste, spell power, spirit, and crit as well. Crit is quite useful. So that's pretty much it. Just get 856 haste, and then you should be fine. You don't worry so much about anything else. And for gems, you want to get a Nightmare Tear. I don't know why that's in the red, but anyway, Nightmare Tear in a blue socket. If I can find one in a blue socket. You don't want to gem this at all. This is incorrect, by the way. You want to do red gems in all slots if you don't need haste. If you need haste, you want to go into there we go. So if you need haste, you want to be using this and 20 haste. And yeah, you pretty much just do 23 spell power. This is a perfect example of how you should be doing it. And yeah, until the next bit. The next part is going to be quite short because I will have everything you need for this part linked in the description below. But basically, to give you a general idea, you want to use a healer add-on, Voodoo, Hilbert, Grid, anything works. Even Elf UI, I believe, has one built in. And then you want to use these as your normal spells. So instead of putting a spell like this down here, you have a macro so that you can go over this. So let's say we have this guy here. If I wasn't targeting him, if he's in my party, I can still heal him. Oh shit. I still heal him even though he's not targeted, so use this to go over the people. You see? You want to use these macros, they are absolutely overpowered. They need to be fucking nerfed. They've made this game too easy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just copy and paste them from my description below, and you should be fine. So for the next part, we're going to be talking about the add-ons. So priority number one, get a healing add-on, a raid frames add-on, so you can use your macros. Number two, deadly boss mods. It's probably going my yeah, and it doesn't show up, but I have it, so don't worry about it. Number three, what would number three be? Tell me when. Purely so that I can track clear casting. Very useful. Clear casting is basically when you get this one and nothing, then your next spell costs nothing. And if you read the description of Life Bloom, it says it gives you half of the mana back after its effects expire, which is what, basically 400 mana. Fucking hell yeah! My fucking MP5 is only 414 if I'm casting, so huge. Are there any other add-ons that I would recommend? SCADA and Recount are useful. That can be useful if you're officer or guildmaster or raid lead often, or if you want to track stuff. Not really much else that I use. So that's it for add-ons. So for this last section, I'm just going to give you a few tips, and general tips, could be about anything. Number one is, I told you, you want to macro your, what was it called? Clear casting. What you do, when you tell me when, you go to enable icon. Obviously first you type in exactly the name of it, and then you go to enable icon, buff, debuff. It's a buff. It happens on the player, so it's you, player means you. Show when buff debuff is active. First one is present. Show timer, only show if cast by self. That's number one. Number two is to use an add-on like Hilba. You can see the mana bar underneath, so you can more easily see who you should be casting it on. Some raid leaders / guilds only want to call it out, but if you know someone's going to really need it, there's no need for them to call it out. Also, Rebirth, I've been trying to find a way to macro it, so if anyone knows how to macro it, so I don't have to / target and type the person's name in or find their dead body, I would be very appreciative, so that I can use it on my raid frames, or even just on the raid frames. And is there anything else? If your raid is really in need of heals, but it's got a lot of damage during Bloodlust, what you can do is use regrowth on the whole raid, obviously weaving in wild growth in between, and then you get that instant heal, and you get the heart, and the heart lasts for 27 seconds instead of the 18. Is there anything else you you need Cyclone on your bar, even though you are a druid, you are a restoration druid, because this is the best CC in the game, and bumpkins have a tendency to slack, and we all know about that. Anyway, are there any more tips that I need to give you? If I've missed any tips or anything, I probably have. I'm very tired right now, in case you can't hear. I will just pop them down in the description below. I don't think I have. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, that does it for the video. Thank you very much for watching my video, and have a lovely day. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Comment if you want to see if I did some incorrect information. Comment to say thank you for the guide, bro, and comment to do whatever. I don't give a fuck. Alright, peace.